Jaguar has gone and done it, and there ain't nothing nobody can do to stop it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name is Nick Lanz, and if you're new around here, this is Car Rant, and we do builds, we do reviews, and we have candid conversations about cars and car stuff. If any of that sounds interesting to you at all, please stick around, hit that sub button, like the video, and let's dive in to today's topic. So a couple of weeks back, we talked about the now very infamous Jaguar Copy Nothing commercial. The divine irony of that commercial is that they are copying everyone. At this point, it feels like there are now millions of people talking about it and having discourse on the subject about how bad the commercial was and how the fallout has been, and now we're all talking about the new direction and how terrible it has become. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what I'm talking about, see our last video on this topic, because we went over what it was, what it did do, what it didn't do, and today we're going to talk about what it has actually done. In fact, the Jag CEO actually affirmed everything that we had said about having this incredible 90-year history, and they're trying to be desirable and match some of the trends of the current era to keep the longevity of the brand going. We nailed it. The problem is what he said next, how he tried to basically say that the industry is in upheaval and companies are now trying to find their new identity in this brave new world kind of situation. He's quoted as saying, "At the moment, the industry is going through huge disruption. Technology changes as we all figure out actually what an electrified world means for our brand." And herein lies the problem, because it's not. In fact, if anything, the entirety of the auto industry is trying to flip back to focusing on even more efficient gas-powered engines and hybrid technology, because people are learning about how bad electrified cars actually are. You can't genuinely fix the batteries in them because they're so integrated into the chassis thanks to the Tesla design. You've got incredibly bad for the environment lithium mines that completely render that section of the world unusable for any sort of farm use. It's toxic. It's got all kinds of extra nonsense that the EPA would have a field day over if they actually cared about the environment. All Jag did was create this avant-garde commercial and then release the concept of the Type 00 at a art exhibit in Miami apparently, and it was not well received. Some people have called this the Jaguar Rolls Royce because it does have a lot of elements that seem borrowed from things like the Ghost and the Wraith in this front end. Me personally, I see them leaning into the Morgan Arrow's rear end design on this car as well, which is cool, I guess. And somebody in an article was noted saying that people are going to buy this just to snub Elon Musk. And ultimately, I think that is why the company's gonna die. They are ditching every single car in their lineup except for one, and it's an SUV. At least they did the one thing right, and that was keeping a family car around, because honestly, that's probably gonna be the only way they make money, because the concept is not being received very well. I mean, this isn't even in the case of like the Toyota concept car, where people really wanted that F-Type concept to be a real thing, and instead we got the Mark V Supra. Like, we eventually warmed up to the Mark V Supra, but we really wanted the concept car instead. No, this is the car's being released, and not a lot of people are liking it except for, quote, woke liberals. And the thing that really frustrates me overall is the fact that he is saying that this reinvention of the company is in keeping with the core values of the brand. What? How is trying to say that we're capitalizing on luxury make something that looks like a Hot Wheels car?
I have a Crossfire. I have Cybertruck.
Hello? Yes, Hasbro, I know you're on the line and you want the design of the car back because now people don't like it now that it's been made into the real thing. I'm so sorry. Can you please fix Magic the Gathering? It's crazy knowing that this is the direction that Jag wants to go. I actually gave them an olive branch of maybe they could do something that wouldn't totally alienate their base. I genuinely said that in my last video, that they needed to capitalize on the publicity that they had and unveil something that would rest people's worries. And instead, they just ratcheted it up to 11 because the design doesn't look original. It doesn't even feel Jaguar. Gone is the ferocious kitty that would have landed on the hood or the grill of the car, and instead it just looks like somebody made it right next to the Tesla Cybertruck. And better still, the only reason why this move might actually make some money, and specifically if we're going to get into politics, blue cities, is because they want to snub Elon Musk. It's a travesty, it's a tragedy. All of us that really loved and appreciated Jag's history are just feeling absolutely betrayed by modern politics and policies instead of keeping up with their beautiful traditions. I mean, half the reason why we loved their cars was because of those traditions. It's why people love Rolls-Royce, since we brought it up earlier. You expect to see the spirit of ecstasy on every one of those cars, and they have been ever since they started doing it. It is a part of brand identity, and it's one that continues to work even now because people will still spend the money to go buy a brand new Rolls. If I were a crown prince of Saudi Arabia, I myself would probably own one because it just has that level of elegance and luxury and old world charm that makes that brand so good. Jag used to have that, and they've completely thrown it aside for some kid's arts and craft project from the 5th grade. Actually, that's being too harsh on the 5th graders. So, do you agree with our assessment? Do you think that this is kind of the end of Jag? Do you think that they just need to sell off the brand and recreate a new one in its place? Let us know down in the comment section. I actually originally was going to have John do this video with me, but to quote him, I'd have nothing nice to say and would probably get the channel demonetized. So with all of that said, we hope you guys have a better holiday than the people working for Jaguar. We hope that you have a fantastic Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it is that you believe in. And we'll see you in the new year, or we'll see you on our other channel. We have one last video for the year. It's called Car Rant Extra. It's where things that don't fit the mold of this channel go. So vlogs, fun videos, us doing games. Our podcast will be going up on there too. Check it out. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next year. God bless y'all, and peace. Down in the comments, if you made it this far, please put in the words Merry Chrysler. We would love to see that down there, just because it allows us to know that you guys are actually sticking around and watching to the end. It helps our algorithm, and it helps you guys get more of our videos. So appreciate y'all. We'll see you next year.